Hello guys, welcome back to Rally Top Investing. Here we trade the markets using the order blocks, market structure and institutional order flow. We like to keep things simple here. The forex market is hard enough, and so guys, please don't make it any harder. Keep things simple. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing right away and hit the notification bell icon so that anytime we publish a new video, you will be notified about it. And if you enjoy this content, please give us a like, comment and share with your friends and families. With that being said, guys, let's jump right into our discussion today. In today's episode, I want to be sharing with you my complete trading strategy. A lot of guys have asked me to share my trading strategy, and I feel obligated to do this video for such people. And so it's going to be a very short video, but powerful. I want you to pay attention, guys. So let's get started. Well, I start with the daily time frame. This is pound dollar daily time frame. It is best for you to start from the higher time frame to be able to know your directional bias. Whether you want to intraday, you are an intraday trader, a swing trader, or whatever trading style you have adopted for yourself, you still need to know where the market is going from the higher time frame. The higher time frame trumps every other time frame below it. So I like to start from the weekly sometimes, but mostly from the daily time frame. All right? Now, what are we looking for on the daily time frame? What we are looking for is the directional bias of the market. And if there is any POI on the higher time frame, you mark it out. Now, in this case, you can see that market is clearly bearish, has been printing lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs, right? And has come to this point where it broke this structure here. Can you see that? Now it pulled back and came down, right? It broke structure here and pulled back here, and then came down, broke structure again, right? Now, if you followed our last video where I talk about how to identify fake order blocks, then you will understand my perspective in marking this OB here as my daily time frame OB, right? So that's our daily POI. So what are we expecting? Because this is a downtrend, and therefore we continue to trade with the trend until the trend changes. But as long as the trend has not changed, we continue to trade with the trend. So what we are expecting, therefore, is for price to rotate back to this POI and drop. That's my expectation, all right? And so because that is my expectation, this serves as my higher time frame POI, all right? Now, when you look at this daily time frame, guys, you will find out that we have these two highs here. They are known as relatively equal highs. Why do you think that the smart money left these two highs here? Now, this is liquidity capture, right? Price move up above these two highs. Can you see that? And close above it. Immediately, my eye sees that the price has closed above these two highs, this relatively equal high. I drop to 4-hour time frame. This is my thought process, and I want you to follow it step by step. This is my thought process. Now, as you can see, on the 4-hour time frame, This is the daily POI that we marked. This gray box is the daily POI that we mark, right? And on the 4-hour, you can see price is also bearish. Price has been coming down, printing lower lows and lower highs, all right? And here is our last lower high. After the lower high, it printed this lower low. Now, if you check, there is no candle body closure below this lower low here, all right? We have only price action that stop horns below this low here. So as long as there is no candle body close below this low, this remains our last significant lower high, and that is where we have the relatively equal high that we saw on the daily time frame. As soon as you see that price has broken this relatively equal high, which is the last significant lower high on the H4, what do? You start looking for entry opportunities to take price up to this daily POI. All right? Why do we need to take it to this daily POI? It is because price can simply get to this daily POI because we are in a downtrend and then drop. All right? So you will take price, you look for entry opportunities, buy opportunities above this equal highs here to take price to this daily POI. And what are you looking for on the 4-hour time frame? You want to see our pattern, the two patterns. I shared the two patterns with you guys in our previous videos. You can check our playlist and go through our videos. You will find our two patterns that we look for in the market. All right? I'm not going to go over that again here because we have already made a video concerning that. All right? So what you are looking for on H4 is our pattern. All right? Now, price has broken this last significant lower high and the equal highs on the daily time frame, right? And it formed a higher high. It showed a bullish intention, although it is not confirmed that price is going to go back up, but it shows bullish intention, and price retraced and went up again to break structure the second time. All right? Indicating that we are now ready to move up at least to this, our daily POI here. And so I mark out, number one, I want you to know that I am only using this pair to show you how I think when I want to trade. I have not started trading this year 2022. I have not entered a single trade in this year 2022. I'm going to resume trading by next week. All right? When the market must have established a proper direction. All right? Now, as soon as it closes above this high, all right, it establishes that we are now in an uptrend. So we want to look for opportunities to buy to take price to this POI. And therefore, I now found this POI here, this OB here. This blue box represents the 4-hour OB. Can you see that, guys? So immediately I mark the OB. I drop down to lower time frame. In this case, if I traded this market, I would have dropped down to maybe, first of all, the 1-hour time frame. Let's see the 1-hour time frame. What we have on the 1-hour time frame. Now, 1-hour time frame is still showing bullishness, and this OB here, we still have an order block within this OB here on 1 hour. But most of the times, I do not refine my higher time frame OB. I don't refine it. I leave it as a POI. Right? My higher time frame OB, I usually, or most of the times, I leave it as a point of interest. Right? So, Now, in this case, let's go to the 15 minutes. Let's go to the 15 minutes and see what happened there. Now, on the 15 minutes, remember, this blue box is our 4-hour OB. Remember that? So we are waiting for price to rotate back down into this 4-hour OB for us to take our trade up. Right? For us to take our trade up. You understand that? So, now, price has come into this our 4-hour OB. I told you in our previous videos that as price is approaching your higher time frame POI, you begin to study the structure of the market. Now, price is printing lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. All right? Now, here is our last lower high as price was coming into our POI. This horizontal line, this small horizontal line here, that's where our last lower high is, and this is our last lower low. All right? And price went up, broke this lower high to the upside. Right? What are you looking for on your lower time frame? You are looking for the same schematic, the same process that you followed on the higher time frame. That's what you are looking for. And so price broke this structure to the upside and then retraced, right? And went up again to break this structure the second time. All right? And here you'll find an OB sitting there. You'll find your M15 OB sitting there. All right? You'll find your M15 OB sitting there. Can you enter trade when price breaks this structure once to the upside? In this case, can you enter trade if you have an opportunity to enter trade when price has just broken structure once? Yes, of course. You can enter trade. Depending on your risk appetite, you can enter trade after the first break of structure on your lower time frame. It is an entry criteria. So you can enter trade, but that depends on your risk appetite. Like I told you in our previous videos, that will not be a high probability trade setup. That will be a risk entry. All right? I like trading a confirmation entry. So price broke the structure to the upside and came down and broke this structure again the second time. I found this M15 OB here, so I mark it out. All right? Once you have done that, you place your pending order. This range here, this M15 OB range is 7 pips. Like I told you in our previous videos, anything above 5 pips I do not trade. I believe if you go down to 1 minute or 30 seconds, you will be able to refine this M15 OB to as small as you can. But if you are comfortable with the 7 pips, guys, it is very, very okay. You don't need to do exactly what I do in terms of my stop loss range. You don't need to do exactly what I do. If you are comfortable with 10 pips, why not? Go ahead and take your trades from the 10 pips. Don't try to prove that you are a hero, all right? By taking trades with one pip stop loss. All right? If you're comfortable with 10 pips, please do. If you're comfortable with these 7 pips, do. So I mark out the M15 OB. When you place your pending order, that's it. You go to sleep. And as you can see, price came tap into this our M15 OB precisely. Can you see the precision? It tapped into it and now began to move up. Can you see that? It began to move up. Where is your take profit? Well, like I said, on the daily time frame, we have this OB here that we are targeting as our take profit. And as you can see, price went into that OB. All right? Now, you could have started trailing your stops. If you want to hold this trade more than beyond where you have the daily OB, You can trail your stop loss if you like. But ultimately, if I were to enter this trade, this OB here would have been my stop loss. All right, guys, that is the whole process of my trading strategy. I keep it simple. I keep it simple. Guys, try to simplify your trading system. The more simplistic your trading system is, the more profitable it will be for you and the more consistent you will be in the market. All right, guys, I just thought I should share this little knowledge with you. Have a wonderful weekend.